Hello and welcome to our ULT Tuesday calls. My name is Rita Flemming. I'm excited to be sharing this information and program with you today. Today we're really talking about nutrition and health, but in particular, what has been most important to me and life-changing to me has been learning about our soil health. I've always believed that food is medicine, and the true medicinal properties of food actually come from our soils. And with fast farming, fast agriculture, our soils have become so deficient, not only in the United States, but all across the globe. And so 99% of our soils are deficient. 97% of Americans are deficient in vitamin E and potassium and not getting enough fiber. And also 90% of us are not getting enough fresh fruits and veggies in our lives. And 96% of us are not getting organic fruits and veggies. So those numbers are huge. And today we just want to talk about simple solutions of how can we support our soil health and really support farming practices that are leading to nutrient dense foods, because that's what we need as a community. That's what we need as a population. We're really walking around in a world where we're dealing with so many toxicities, yet we're very undernourished. And we might have access to an excess of calories for some of us, but those are not nutrient dense calories. So today we're going to be talking about our transformation programs. And I want to bring in my dear friend, Rikyrah, just to hear her story about how these nutrients, adding them in on a daily basis, how they've impacted her life. And what we're really supporting is, high quality, high integrity, high purity, but also efficiency and access, because, there's so many people that just don't even have access to fresh foods and nutrient dense foods. So Rikyrah, I would love to bring you on and hear your story, sister. Thank you so much for being here.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, Donna.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks for being here. And Mr. Kyra, I think you're on mute if you're able to come off.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Rikyrah Snow. I am actually a newly certified regenerative health practitioner, thanks to this beautiful community. I'm a full-time mama, yoga teacher, Kuku African dance teacher. I am a health coach, and I pretty much almost 3 years ago did not know anything about regenerative health. I was very depleted in my postpartum depletion. So I was dealing with depression, anxiety, not able to sleep. I was a full-time breastfeeding mom. And when the pandemic had actually started, I turned everything into virtual, and I was also home with my baby. And so I was doing that. I was also a transition vegan at the time, but ate meat before and all that stuff, but kind of just understood about our food systems. However, when I was actually dealing with a depletion, I had no idea that at that time that I needed help until this opportunity of really learning about regenerative health came into my life. I got the opportunity to not only add these amazing foods into my lifestyle, but I also got the opportunity to really share my story and really help other people thrive and reverse whatever they were dealing with. And that was something that was always very passionate of mine, to be of service in my community, to build my community, to redistribute wealth and generational change. And I really didn't know about glyphosate. I knew about our chemical farming, but I didn't know how serious and dangerous it was until I learned that I was giving my daughter Cheerios, which had the highest amount of it. And so when I found that out, it was literally the perfect time of this community, because since then I have learned so much about gut health, how to reverse any illnesses into wellness, how to detox and alkaline the body. I have really learned about how powerful these foods are for our phytonutrients, micronutrients, aminos, our spirit. I dealt with mental health and depression and suicidal actions when I was around 22 years old. And I had promised myself that I was going to find the answers of what really was going on, because it wasn't me. and then finding out that chemically and in balance, that our mental health is actually connected to our gut health. So when I really said yes to myself, that is when everything has shifted. And I am 35 years old. I'm a full-time mama still. Now I'm also a still yoga teacher, a full-time Kuko African dance teacher, but I'm also someone who's building a community of just like-minded tribe. And I have now been able to really understand the importance of our food systems, our soil health, and really sharing these solutions to our community, like Rita was saying, because it's really important. If we don't have our health, we don't have anything else. So we don't have success. We don't have our business. We don't have work. We don't have our house, our car. So when we are not fueling our bodies with the proper nutrition, we are not actually fueling ourselves and our life with the proper nutrition. So that's just something that has always been a passion of mine, and now growing this community beautifully and, you know, doing pop-ups and sharing about regenerative solutions, working at parties where normally you see the norm as alcohol and all that stuff. Now you have these superfood juices and smoothies where you can really hydrate while you're having a great time with your community. So yeah, that's just something where I just find it very passionate to understand our soil health, because that is, in the end, our human health. That is our ecosystem. We are part of the ecosystem, and connecting with whole foods and vibrant foods is something that we all should understand, and we should all definitely be able to have access to. So I really appreciate this lifestyle. I really appreciate the knowledge, the education, because, you know, you don't have to know about regenerative health, but you just being curious is a great step to investing in your life, someone else's life, and the whole world, honestly. So thank you.
I love that so much, Rikyrah. Thank you for sharing your heart and your passion. It's been amazing to watch you in your studies and just, you know, your impact in the community. So I just want to congratulate you and thank you. And just grateful to Dave and Amy, the owners of this company. They've worked for the last 30 years, making these resources available at the integrity and the quality and purity in which they are. So these are really the top 1% nutrient dense foods. And that's remarkable. I love what you were sharing, Rikyrah, that connection between our ecosystem and our body. We are the part of the ecosystem, and that connection between mental health and nutrient density and gut health. And, you know, especially after these last couple of years, which have been really isolating, you know, we're seeing there's so much work to be done in the mental health world, and people are really needing solutions. So we're just here as a community to support in any of the ways that we can and provide solutions in any of the ways that we can. So thank you, Rikyrah. It's been beautiful to watch your journey and your transformation in health and in business. Thank you. And I want to introduce my dear sister, Mary Beth Flemming, who's the one who introduced me to this community and to this platform and these superfoods. And I was actually watching her health journey, and it's what inspired me to look more closely at what this is, because I was so inspired by the physical, mental, emotional transformation that I witnessed her go through in just, you know, a very short amount of time. In like 2 months, she looked like she was in a very like stressful time in her life, and then she looked like she was 16 years old again. And I was like, okay, what are you doing? So Mary, I'd love for you to share more about your story and just invite you on.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Rita. And thank you, Rikyrah. Your story, it's been so amazing to watch you these past 3 years and just see the transformation in your life, in your health, in your wealth, in your passion. And that's really what excites me most about our community here is we are really a community that Rikyrah said it best. We're just out there helping more people say yes to themselves and say yes to what they care about and say yes to helping our future generations and saying yes to creating this closing of the gap of disconnection between what we put in our bodies and how that's affecting our mental states, our relationships, our financial health, and so on and so forth. And so my passion around this is really, I see a lot of people suffering that maybe don't need to be suffering. And one of our teachers, he teaches us, you know, that suffering is optional. It's just a lot of people don't have the tools, the education, the resources to know another way or to know that there's other answers out there. And so for me, my own health journeys, it was really watching my mom get to a point where she had so overdone and she had reached her limit. So she was at a point where if she didn't do something, she was going to go down a very unpleasant path, right? And you see a lot of people in this state where all of a sudden they become health conscious because they have to, because they reach this point of no return where all of a sudden they're like, wow, I'm unhealthy. My entire life is being affected. I have to find solutions. And what I've really fallen into, my passion is leaning more towards the prevention. How can we help people get more resources, more education, more conversation around healthy living and lifestyle before we hit that breaking point, before we get to the point where we're desperate for solutions, and instead integrate healthy preventative solutions into our lifestyles, into our kids' lifestyles, so we can all live more joyful and prosperous and abundant lives. And so that's really my mission and why we're growing so hugely as a community, because so many people are seeing this need for this lifestyle piece, this daily education, this daily integration, this connection between our everyday actions and how that affects our communities and our health. And so for me, I've been on the health train a long time, trying to get people to have the conversation of eating cleaner and greener, just adding more fruits and veggies into their lifestyle, adding in more organic, learning about regenerative farming and how that affects our environments and the quality of our water and so forth and so on. And it was about 3 years ago where I was at a precipice where I myself, like Rikyrah, was in postpartum depletion. And it's something that I think almost every mother experiences, but it's not very widely spoken about. And so when I was going through this postpartum depletion 13 months after having my first son, I was confused because I was like, what is going on? I've been on a health journey. This is my work. This is my passion, to help people, be more connected to their health so that they can show up for their children with more energy and more vitality. And here I was in kind of this mental and emotional space of degradation. And that was the missing link for me, was this soil connection and learning about how 99% of our soils in America are deemed depleted. 99%. So that means probably about 99% of the population is depleted of nutrients and vital minerals and vitamins that affect our mental and our physical states of being. And even as someone who is having an organic garden and eating as organic as possible and doing detoxes and all the things, taking supplemental botanical herbs, I still wasn't quite making that connection with how important it is that we really, really focus on the soil and make sure that we're adding more to the soil than we're taking out of it, so that we can add to our reservoir of energy rather than deplete it. And so this is when I found Purium, and I found this company and learned of Amy and Dave's values in terms of really taking the steps now to foster better health for our future generations and also for ourselves right now. And like Rikyrah said, say yes to ourselves now to prevent those breaking points in the future. And I learned about the company's dedication to regenerative farming and the dedication to, reducing carbon footprint through our kind of top of the line delivery system of food from the farm straight to your door so that it can be eaten at peak capacity and peak nutrition. And I started incorporating these nutrients, and it was within 2 months of consistently being on this kind of preventative plan that I completely got out of postpartum depletion. My nails were no longer breaking. My hair was no longer falling out. My energy levels were good. My sleep wasn't disrupted. And I was just a happier mother in general. And that's when I knew I had to share this information far and wide to so many mamas and just so many people that are out there living in these states of depletion and not quite knowing why. And so that is the mission of our company, to share education, to share resources, to help inspire people through our own transformations, that there are solutions for people who are looking for health solutions and also looking for solutions of how to live more sustainably on a daily basis. So I'm going to share a little bit about what some of our nutrients are so you can kind of get an understanding, but basically we're the transformation company. We help people transform on the physical level and also financial level as well through our business. But on a physical level, we have so many great organic whole food nutrition items that are grown in regenerative soil. Like Rita said, we're probably in the top 1% for actually really vital nutrition giving foods that help restore your resources rather than deplete. And we have different programs. We have a 30-day program to get you started. We usually lead people through 90 days plus to really get into that lifestyle piece, where we work on alkalizing the body. We work on restoring the body. We work on getting dense micronutrition into the body. We work on decreasing inflammation and restoring the gut, and also getting rid, doing gentle detox, getting rid of some of these heavy metals that we're exposed to, glyphosate that we're exposed to, and other parasites, molds, yeast that we come in interaction with on our daily life, in our daily lives. So one of our most basic programs, and this is what I got started on, is called the Core 4. And if you do it as a maintenance program, you just ingest these nutrients once a day. And then if you want to do kind of our deeper dive 30 to 90 day, you're ingesting these nutrients twice a day and really flooding your body with this alkaline nutrition. And our first item is our Power Shake. So our company is committed to sustainability. We're 100% plastic-free company, 99% plastic-free company, I should say. And these packages are home compostable, made out of bamboo and hemp. So once you're done eating this, you just peel the label off. You can bury it in your backyard, and you're not adding to the waste problem of plastic pollution in our oceans and our landfills and so forth. So this shake right here is like 96% of the daily nutrients you need. And what Rita was saying is our farm, everything is picked at ripe vine, or when it's vine ripened and at peak nutrition. And then it's wind and solar dehydrated, to maintain the nutrients, to maintain the raw living enzymes. And then it ships straight to your door. So you're not losing the nutritional value of the food having to go from this food truck to the next food truck, to the holding facility, to, the market, to your fridge. You're not losing all that nutrition that happens in that process. And these are shelf stable for 2 years, which is really amazing too. So you can stock up on it and know that you have your power pack nutrition whenever you need it. You just add water. And for me, as a mama, as a busy businesswoman, this saves my life because it's like the equivalent of eating 4 superfood salads. And I personally don't have the time to sit down and make 4 superfood salads, but I definitely have the time to take 1 minute and add some water into this and drink it down and fully nourish my body with micronutrition and tons of healthy fats and omega fats and fruits and veggies and so forth and so on. So that's that. The second component of our program is our amino acids. So these are 100% plant-based amino acids. The body needs amino acids to thrive, for connective tissue to thrive, for our nervous system to thrive, for our musculature system to thrive. And many of us aren't getting essential amino acids that we need from our food because of this depletion of the soil. And glyphosate, like Rita was talking about, is actually one of the #1 inhibitors. When it's in your system, it inhibits your body from absorbing these essential amino acids. So what I like to think of is, amino acids are like having an alphabet. And if you're not getting 9 essential amino acids, that's like taking out the vowels of the alphabet. And how are you going to make your words up? How are you going to complete that system? And that's what amino acids do for our body. They're completing the system, right? So these are here, really simple, easy to take, give you lots of energy. I take them first thing in the morning. As a pregnant and nursing mama, they're super clean source of protein for me. They digest into the system in 23 minutes and don't put any extra pressure on the kidneys. And so are just like a very clean source of protein for your body to really function at an optimal rate. So you take some of those. And then we got our Biomedic, and this is our revolutionary product. We're the only company out there that has a solution for glyphosate detoxification. So this has been clinically trialed and proven to remove glyphosate from the gut lining, third-party verified by the Detox Project. And it gets in there and it pulls this damaging glyphosate out of our guts that is causing a lot of leaky gut, that is causing a lot of food intolerances, allergies, heavy metal overload, and so forth and so on. And so it really starts to rehabilitate your gut. It helps your gut villi to regrow so that you're absorbing your nutrients like your amino acids and so forth and so on. So you add a couple of these into your daily diet. I personally don't miss a day without them because the last test they did was 98% of the American population was tested positive for glyphosate in their system. So it gets cross-contaminated on organic food. It's in 75% of our waterways. They spray glyphosate all over our parks. And so it's really quite unavoidable in America these days. So it's really important that we have a solution to mitigate that within our bodies. And this is that. And then the last component of our core 4 is 100% organic tart cherry juice. So this is compressed tart cherries, organic. You just drink some at night. And what this does is it helps you get really restful sleep. Tart cherries are the only food in the world that have naturally occurring melatonin in them. So when you drink this, it supports your body to produce its own melatonin so that you can sink into that deep REM sleep and really restore. Many Americans, many people around the world aren't actually getting REM sleep because we're on such an adrenaline rush. We've got so many things to do. Our stress loads are high. And so when we sleep, our body doesn't have the chance to really rest and rejuvenate. So this supports that process. And also as a nursing mother, this has been amazing for me and my children. I give my children a little bit before bed too. And we're not necessarily sleeping longer amounts of time, but when we are sleeping, we're sleeping deeper. And so we wake up feeling more refreshed, more rejuvenated. And it's just really also very good for inflammation. So you wake up feeling lighter. I don't know if any of you have eaten like a big meal before bed and you wake up kind of feeling lethargic and tired and like you didn't really sleep that well, like your body just spent the whole night digesting versus resting. Well, when I take this, I wake up and I feel clear, I feel clean, I feel rested. And so I can start my day off in a much different manner. So this stuff is amazing. And then for our 30-day program, the only other thing we add in is our Super Cleansar. And this is an Ayurvedic blend of potent herbs for your gut to help, get rid of any parasites that might be overgrowing, molds, yeasts, and just kind of get that gut microbiome balance back in place. And so you just take these for 10 days, eat a lot of fruits and veggies during that time, stay really, really hydrated, and just get that deeper colon cleansing. I think the last stat I saw was that the average American has about 30 pounds of undigested acidic waste in their gut, in their colon, just sitting there stagnating, fermenting. And many people wonder why they have bloating issues or why they're not losing weight or, why they have this systemic inflammation. And a lot of that is just the body isn't properly filtering that stuff out. So this helps to go in and break all that up and remove that from the body so that our body can operate at proper function. So that's that. And then the only other thing we add in is our zinc aid, which is 100% whole food, vitamin A, D, C, and E, and zinc. And everything we have, again, is whole food. So there's no isolates, there's no synthetic vitamins that are created in lab. It all comes from whole food sources to really support your immune system and really give your body those vital nutrients and minerals it needs to be strong and protect itself from outside influences and so forth and so on. So that's the gist of our program. We also have a whole variety of other products and nutrients that you can add in, but that's where most people get started, to just start this path of prevention, to start this path of deeply nourishing and making sure that we're saying yes to ourselves and our body's daily needs so that we can better serve our communities and our families and so forth and so on. So that's my little spiel. Rita, I'm going to pass it back off to you to let people know how they can get started.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mary. So yeah, getting started is as simple as connecting back in with the friend that invited you here, that shared this education and resource with you. And it's because they really love and care about you, and they have a discount for you. And I wanted to share a little bit more about our fruit and veggie pack. That's actually what I start with in the morning. It's just 3 drinks. It's your Aloe Digest, which is supporting your digestive system. It soothes your, soothes heartburn, and it's an anti-acid. So it's really important for the whole digestive process. And then it has our green spectrum, which is giving you your juiced greens and veggies. And it has your biofruit, which is full of antioxidant rich fresh fruits. And like I said, it's just the easiest way to start your day. And the power of plants, the power of fresh fruits and veggies and herbs cannot be underestimated. I was able to regenerate my body and get out of chronic pain through fresh fruits and herbs and alkaline eating. And as we were sharing before, there's just not enough access to getting that into our bodies, or not enough time. And a crazy statistic is that 40 million Americans have access to grape soda, but they don't have access to fresh grapes. So it just sets me up for success. You know, sometimes when we wake up, we don't necessarily want to go for the most healthy thing, or maybe our habit is not to just go grab some fresh fruit and eat it. But once you just add this and it takes 30 seconds, you have a drink and you start out and you're getting all of your greens and your vitamins and your minerals and your phytonutrients through whole foods in a way that tastes delicious. Like, you can't wait to start your day that way. And then that sets you up for success for the rest of your day. Because when you start with this, it gets your body alkaline, and then you start to crave alkaline or healthy foods. So it just literally sets you up for the pattern and the habit of success for the rest of your day. So that starts just at $3 a day. You get 3 drinks a day for 30 seconds a day. And I'm so grateful for it. It's my go-to. I have it all day, every day. So, but yeah, to get started, you just simply connect in with the person who invited you, and they can help you. They can help you figure out what your goals are and where you can start. That's a simple, easy, efficient path for you moving forward.
Yeah, beautiful. And I just love our fruit and veggie pack because, like I said, one of my missions for many, many years has just been to help people learn about eating more fruits and veggies on a daily basis. And, you know, like Rita was saying, access is a big piece of that. And so that's what we're actively working towards, and getting these nutrients out to food deserts and areas that don't have access. So I'm really excited about the fruit and veggie pack. I feel like it's something that everyone can benefit from. And, you know, the reason we share this information is because what we're ingesting really, really affects our health on so many levels. It affects our society, it affects our economics, and so many things. And so if we can just help one person start developing healthier lifestyle habits today, that's a step in the right direction. And so we are a community that's committed to doing that, committed to sharing the education around that. And, you know, every investment in yourself and your health today is an investment in your future self. And if we could create a society where we really prioritize making investments in ourselves now, so we can have a brighter and better future for our own selves and our communities in the future, that's what we're really aiming to do. So please go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat if you learned something today, if you feel a little bit inspired to look more into, you know, the soil quality of the food you're eating, or learn a little bit more about our nutrients and how we're supporting people. And we're actually going to transition this call a little bit from the health transformation into the wealth transformation. So when I started this call, I talked about how we are a transformation company. Number one, we start with helping people have these physical transformations and bring this education and these solutions into their lives. And then on the other side of that is we are helping people to have financial transformation, to have wealth transformation in their life as well. Because let's be honest, it costs to be healthy these days. With the way our system is set up, it costs if you want to really invest in your health and maintain that healthy lifestyle habit. So the company that we work with, Purium, they've developed an amazing affiliate program where the people who are consumers of these products actually get to be the people who share about these products, share their story, share their experience, and kind of be the direct voice, be the direct line for marketing this to their families, to their communities, and sharing these nutrients, and in return getting compensated for that. And some people use the affiliate program just so that they can pay for their monthly product, which is amazing, you know, and get this into their life and start that preventative path. Other people like myself and Rita are really on a mission to use this avenue to not only help educate more and more people and help more and more people transform their health, but also use it as a way to live our passion, to work our passion, to be doing good in the world, and also be getting paid to do that good. And so we have built, you know, 6-figure businesses here with this company simply by really aligning with our core values, really aligning with the mission of this company, and really supporting them and backing them up and holding them up in this mission, and sharing this with friends and family in our communities and networks. So I'll share a little bit of my story a little bit later on, but first I want to bring on a dear friend of mine. Anna Roberts. She's actually a good friend of both my sister and I, and she's been on this journey of building a Purium business with me for almost 3 years now, maybe even a little bit more. And when she came into this business, I'll let her share her health story, but she was going through her own health journey. And she was also a massage therapist looking for other streams of income to really support her in having more of a freedom lifestyle. And Anna has been able to use this vehicle not only to help transform her own health, but help transform the health of her clients, as well as her community, her family, and then also grown this business to become a stream of income for herself that is really allowing her to live the future vision that she wants to create for her and her family. So Anna, I'm going to bring you on if you would like to share a little bit. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Mary Beth, thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Rita, and everyone who shared. I always learn something new. It amazes me. There's just endless amounts of information about health and wellness. So yeah, like Mary Beth said, these products and the business opportunity absolutely transformed my life and has brought and is bringing me into my dreams. So I'll start back let's go back to 4 years ago, before I met Purium. And I was a massage therapist. I had my own business in a hustling, bustling mountain town here in Colorado. And I was so busy. And I love massage therapy. It's what brought me into holistic health. It's what brought me into my path of my personal well-being. And I wouldn't have traded it for anything. And I know massage therapy is also a gift that I am meant to be sharing here on this planet. So I just really love helping people feel better. And Echo just woke up from his nap, so maybe what you need. And what I could feel was not quite in alignment with being an entrepreneur of a busy massage therapy business, was A, how busy I was, and B, how alone I felt from the impact that I knew that I had on, that I was meant to give on this earth. And just praying for that collaboration with like-minded people. And my prayer was answered about a year later when Mary Beth introduced me to Purium. First, it was because of the products, and I was already on a regenerative health journey. Thanks to Rita, she helped me really see what was causing all of these unnecessary sufferings in my life. And bringing that back to massage, I was so passionate about this, but it was so tricky for me to share to my clients what I was doing. It just didn't have it didn't really have a like a regimen, a system to it that a lot of people need to follow. So with Purium, it really gave me the tools to share to my massage clients on how to help their well-being in between sessions with me, because I was seeing the same issues from body to body, and like coming back and seeing me, I'm like, oh, how, did you drink more water? Did you eat more fruit? But having these tools, having these really beautiful nutrients that not only were changing my health and clarity and mindset, but I was able to offer these beautiful nutrients easily to my clients. And it was so phenomenal, the difference I was seeing from the time they would come and see me, and then the next time they come and see me, their tissues were softened, their nervous systems were calmed, and it's just a really beautiful thing to witness. And it just really built my belief in just how potent these nutrients are outside of me. I was like, okay, I know it's good for me, but now I'm seeing it all these other people. So and so I took it from there. Once I got pregnant with this little one, I decided I wanted more location and time freedom with my family. And for how much I was behind the massage, I know. Okay, I think I'm gonna nurse it so I could talk. once I was behind, like I had to be behind the massage table so much in order to make the income that was sustaining me, and especially for a family, that I wasn't having the life that I visioned. I had to stay in the town. I worked all the hours for myself. It was dollar to hour. And I saw better and bigger. And so once I got pregnant, I went for that dream, and I basically retired from massage therapy and invested more into this career. And now I am proud to say that I feel like I'm really walking into my regenerative health coaching. And I'm so excited that people are seeing that and coming to me. And all I have to do is continue to share what I'm already sharing in the first place, which is how potent and beautiful these nutrients and getting into that regenerative alkalining way of eating and living can really transform lives. So I hope that all made sense with the chaos of the baby, but in short, I wouldn't have changed this path for anything, and I'm so excited for what's to come.
Yeah, that was awesome, Anna. Thank you so much. And I just love hearing the transformation of, you were already a busy, successful business owner, and then also seeing what was working and what wasn't, and finding solutions within Purium on what this company has to offer to fill the gaps and create more of the life that you want to create. And I'm so glad you can work with your baby, because that's why so many of us have chosen this entrepreneurial vision is, we don't want to be so separated from our families. And that's really where my Purium business started for me too, I was a single mom at the time when I was introduced to Purium, and I was looking for a solution. At the time, I was working 4 jobs, and I was lugging my baby around with me on my back. I was working at a health food store. I ran my own plant-based food club. I was managing a yoga studio. I was doing property management on the side, and I was not thriving. I was running around doing my passions, but they were all scattered. I wanted more time with my kid, and I knew that there was a way to make more alignment, like Anna was saying, to find more alignment in the busyness and really use my skills and my gifts and my talents to serve more people than just try to pay the bills, right? And so in walks Purium and this opportunity to develop another stream of income from home on my own hours with flexibility, just sharing my own story and the way that these nutrients have impacted my life, and sharing my passion for what it is that I want to do in the world, and be able to build a business off of that with community. Like Anna was saying, I think one thing that a lot of us entrepreneurs struggle with is kind of that solo entrepreneurship, where you're trying to do all the things, you're trying to learn all the stuff, you're trying to make it all work, but there's just never enough time. And in this business model, we really value collaboration over competition. So it's not entrepreneurs trying to be better than each other. It's entrepreneurs working with each other to help leverage each other's skills and knowledge and experience and expertise, and use all of that to lift each other up collectively to move forward a mission that is helping a population get healthier in the physical realm and the mental realm, and also the financial realm as well. So thank you so much for being on this journey with me, Anna. It's been a delight to see your journey, and I'm so excited to see where it goes. I know Anna has some visions of taking her business on the road and traveling with her husband, who's a musician, and, making this a very mobile affair and being able to create a business doing that. So Rita, I'm going to pass it back to you to share a little bit more about our company and your experience with the business as well.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you, Anna. It was super nourishing just to hear your story and just holding it down, a super mom over there. Thank goodness for the flexibility of working where we want to. And yeah, my sister Mary, like I said, introduced this to me, and I was just so impressed. My background is in regenerative health, and I came to that because I was in a near-death car accident, and I tried absolutely everything, and I was still in chronic pain, and the regenerative principles were the only thing that allowed me to get out of that pain. So I was already on a mission to share this education and this mission far and wide. But like Anna was saying, Purium was the missing link, in my own body. It brought me back to an athleticism and fitness I hadn't been in 15 years since previous to my accident. And it was that missing link of the soil health and the nutrient density and the potency and the purity. So I just saw the value of this at every level. And one thing I was looking for is I was hosting retreats down in Costa Rica, regenerative health retreats in Costa Rica. And I came back to the United States and I was looking for a way to make a larger impact in the world. And something that was a high value of mine was integrity, and actually finding a way that I could support planetary health, because so much of business is actually working against planetary health. So I wanted to find a way where I could do business, do it in a way that's scalable and has no ceiling, but that's actually making a positive impact on the world. And that's where this amazing platform and community and Purium came into my life. And I'm just so grateful because it's given me the freedom to speak about the things that I care about. And we have such a diverse community. You know, the goal here is to uplift everyone and their own unique gifts and genius. And, you know, Dave and Amy, the founders, Dave actually was homeless for a period of time in his life and just became so compassionate and caring of how can we support the pillars of health, which not only include our physical, mental, and emotional health and our planetary health, but our financial health. And that we're in a time, you know, where our expenses have gotten so high in America, yet there isn't, our income isn't raising at that same rate. So it's amazing to have a solution. And this is designed specifically, as a secondary income stream that can then be turned into a career income stream if you want to. But it's designed for people that are busy and that want to do it on very part-time hours. And something that inspires me so much about this is, we're really breaking the mold. We're working together. This platform is brilliant. And, only 5% of women are top income earners in the United States, but in our company in Purium, 90% of the top income earners are women. So this is an amazing platform to support that redistribution of wealth, regardless of your race, color, background, educational level. All of the tools, all of the systems, all of the education are set into place. You have amazing mentorship, which normally would cost thousands of dollars in business mentorship. And that is just built into our systems of support and our systems of success. So that's a little bit about what we're doing. But again, our main pillars are health, planetary health, financial freedom, and purpose.
Awesome. Thank you, Rita. And yeah, I mean, if you're the least bit interested or intrigued, just even getting started with the products, but also, oh, wow, what does this business model look like for me? How could I incorporate this into my life and start building that secondary stream of income while sharing this health with my friends and family? Just get back to the person, whoever invited you to this call. And the company is very generous in that we have a program where if you want to get started on one of our transformation packs, you can actually start the business for free at the very exact same time. And so you get this free business with a health journey. And, like Rita said, we have a lot of great training. We train around if you want to use social media as a platform, how to start sharing this on social media, how to share this with your immediate community. And, I had never experienced the social sharing economy before tapping into this business model. I was very, very much more of like a brick and mortar type entrepreneur. And so I just came in, teach me how to do this, teach me the ways of this, social sharing economy. And it's just expanded my knowledge. It's expanded my ability to build relationship with people, to connect with people outside of my immediate community, and really, have used social media and other tools to really expand my reach and expand my impact. So whether, you know, you're curious about the business or you're feeling a very strong pull to get started. Again, we have a pathway for each and every person, and this business model is really designed to meet you where you are at and to meet you with what your goals are, whether that's just paying back your monthly nutrition or making a bigger impact, paying your car payment, buying a house. You know, it expands far and wide. And so we also have a very amazing fast start program with the company, where there's an upwards of $3,500 of bonuses available to people who get started within your first 3 months. And so we have a very clear step-by-step process that coaches people through that. And it's a really amazing tool to have right now, because like Rita was saying, you know, especially with gas prices rising and inflation, and, you know, I know the millionaires out there say they at least have 7 streams of income. So this social sharing economy, this company is another way to develop another stream of income for our future security of our health and our wealth and our family. So if you're the least bit interested, please reach out. We have a whole handful of calls that you can attend just as a viewer and come lean into our community and learn a little bit more about the Million Mom movement, which is kind of the activism leg of our company, as well as come and learn more about our products, learn more about our community, learn more about our mission. And then if you choose to do the business with us, there's so many great trainings as well to hold your hand and help you through this process. So the mentorship to me has been my most favorite aspect of this. I came to start a business initially just to help me get over, you know, in surplus of just paying the bills. And now I'm in it really to build a community, to build a network of people that are strongly moving forward a mission that I'm so passionate about. So it's quite an evolutionary journey. It is a personal development journey as well. So we basically get paid to work on ourselves, to take care of ourselves, and then share that love with other people. So it's quite a blessing. And thank you so much for taking your time today to come and learn about our nutrition a little bit, learn about our business a little bit. And we have a little bit of time. So if there are any guests on the call that want to jump off and ask any questions as to what we've shared today, we can open the space for that. You can just pop off mute. Give it a second. And then if not, again, just reach out to the person who invited you and they can share information with you and get you more plugged in. But Summer, hey, I see you have a question maybe. Hi.
I do. I have a couple. So I just wanted to confirm, because I actually have a few family members that I think are going to do a cleanse with me, which I'm stoked about. And there's a couple of them that are already entrepreneurs and one that is really getting into soil health. And so I just want to confirm that so with buying their cleanse, they could also, if they choose to, they could hop on the business for free. Is that?
Yeah. So if they purchase an ultimate lifestyle transformation, you know, if you do the ultimate lifestyle transformation plus immune, that counts. If they do the family pack, that counts. The grain-free pack counts. So there's a whole variety of our qualifying packs. The core 4 actually right now counts, where if they purchase that, you'll just send them to Purium enrollment and give them your little discount code. So they get a discount and they're connected to you and they can start at the same time.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I haven't done that for a while, but I can do it. Also, I wanted to ask, so about the cherry juice. I remember having a conversation a while ago with someone, and they were saying that the cherry juice doesn't have melatonin, but maybe it helps. I was trying to figure it out. Maybe it helps us produce the melatonin and our, how does that work?
You want to take this, Rita, or you want me to? So tart cherries are the only food on the planet that actually has melatonin in it. And so when you take melatonin from a whole food source, it actually helps your body to produce more melatonin because it's like giving it what it needs to produce more. Whereas when you take synthetic melatonin or you take isolate melatonin, what ends up usually happening is it kind of it bypasses your own internal production. And so people then find themselves at a point, if they use that regularly, that synthetic form, that their bodies become dependent on that, because once they get off of it, their bodies don't have the tools to produce it themselves because something else has been doing it for them. But tart cherry, it has naturally occurring whole food melatonin in it, so it provides the proper vitamins and minerals in combination with the whole food to support your body to do what it's supposed to do and have that like sustainable source of melatonin production, which, you know, it also supports. Melatonin is connected to a lot of our other hormones like serotonin and dopamine. So when you're taking the isolated form, it's not necessarily addressing overall hormonal health. And so with the Core 4 program specifically, we're focusing on the whole body, the whole well-being, the gut health, which most of our hormones are in our gut. And so when you're supporting that full cycle, then the other hormones are going to be there to support the melatonin production as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And wasn't there something too, Rita? I remember you talking a lot about the cherry juice helping to filter the kidneys.
Yes.
That's a part of it too, right?
Yeah, so I was looking for a solution in my health practice to help people to get their kidneys filtering. And our kidneys, for those that don't know, they're our elimination pathway for cellular waste, for lymphatic waste. And if they're not properly open, we're getting inflammation buildup throughout the whole body. And chronic inflammation is the root cause of, long-term chronic inflammation is the root cause of dis-ease. And so kidney filtration is actually addresses that root cause and helps to get that inflammation out of the body and gets those acids out of the body. And this tart cherry juice, specifically Puriums, because of its concentrate and its quality and integrity, it is the best solution I've found to help people to open up those kidneys and open up that pathway. And I'll often combine it with the Be Energetic, which is our adrenal support, because your kidneys and adrenals work together. And so many people are dealing with adrenal depletion, which can translate into chronic stress, again, inflammation in the body. So supporting and nurturing our adrenals is really important. That also impacts our nervous system. So that's my favorite combo, is the Be Energetic and the tart cherry juice for that kidney filtration.
Great question, Summer. Thanks so much. All right. Well, thank you everyone for taking your time. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, thanks so much. And we look forward to moving this conversation along, chatting with you, and, supporting as many people as we can on a path to health and wealth and just happiness. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. And Rita, anything else?
Thanks for taking the time to be with us here today to have this conversation and share this information. And really, this is the only vehicle I've found in all the work that I've done over the years, the only vehicle I've found that's allowed me to make the kind of impact that I want to make in the world. And it's because, as individuals, we can only do so much, but when we come together as a community, as a collective, many hands make light work, and we create this big ripple impact. So I feel that the transforming of our soils, of our food systems, of our financial systems really starts from the ground up with community and individuals sharing their story and speaking up for themselves and for their rights and for our children. So thank you for, listening in and tuning into how this is not only just a business, but it's a mission. It's so much more. It's a way to make a huge impact.